Alright, the baby's kitchen pool update. Call it with some story in there. Hey babies, wanna mum? This is what I did on the backboard. You'll mainly pretty much see when it comes to the baby's kitchen, besides underneath that I'll show you already. The other bits of mirror. This is it. Sort of chuck a little Australian little badge there. As this is not going to stay like this. I can paint later on and more decoration, more painting, but that's another thing. That's what everyone does and all that kind of stuff. I'm not doing that at the moment. Probably may not do a painting. Who knows? What? But I'm in doing some retro, different arts, how I feel and all that kind of stuff. And plot along with that. And we'll do more often what's easy and how I feel looks best later on. Do a more of a standard of the art that you do. At the moment, I'm doing a little bit of mixture in all sorts of areas. As my art mixes into all sorts of areas, and I find it not too hard to do these things as I'm plotting along. We can all do similar things and similar stories. That's what art is, and how we want to represent it in all sorts of ways: 3D forms, 2D, basic looks, realistic looks, all those kind of things. And so this one is a bit of pain. I put a little bit too much in, I think, and time fucking around. But anyway, it's done. This side represents dark and day and night, right, pretty much. This will be darker than this side when I hit it with the dye. Try not to overdo it too much with the darkness. It does that with dye. And it's going to be a paint dye factor. The next few pieces. So the babies do like the nice shine and the paint dye factor that it brings. And this paint picture helps bring up a picture in the background if anything does go wrong. There's something there, but if you can work with the dye as well, which is what I'm going to do in certain areas on this piece and other pieces where I don't mix it in so much. In certain areas I will. In certain areas I just add the dye colour to enhance the picture in some sort of form, as I've been talking about. So this is it. The mirrors go here. And that was done by the tip of a mirror over here, the same similar shape. Keep some of the retro old style art there, as well as some new into the now and all that kind of stuff. And how I feel. The double factor of the sun shining, reflection of the water, the sun within the water, the sun provides life in the water, day and night connection of things in the water. So I use the squid, the double halo moon to represent light with the squid, how they react with light and how they get fished out these days. I'm using fluorescent light. Another moon over here just represents growth in another way. That moonlight also helps plants do their flowering and stuff like that, the timing of that. And so the moon and the sun is all connected to growth. And so I just put a little tree, stretch tree here. A sun representing light, human light, animal light in the dark. And that's about it without talking too much. So I just want to talk about the basics, so a bit more to it. As art gets you more detail on the story, which I get deep into it, the better. The more you see, the more you can make art better too. That's why artists like to have other people's opinions, because that also can make art more better as it shows it connects more in certain areas. So you try to do that kind of thing too. It just represents the land, the beach and all that, water. So I'll put the ripples in there because they'll soak up some blue dye. Won't look as obvious, these colours will not be staying the same. And bird flight. And light colours, light and shallow and deep water plus the sky. With a badge! That's about it. Talk about it for now. Thought I'll talk about it a little bit more as I'm diaring to show that I know what I'm doing. Right? Some people might go, look, he's doing this because he's waiting. But I know what I'm doing, but I don't give out everything. And see you later. So I'll just quickly do a see Mount, hey, a photo or something later. I'd like to show my designs for the next picture. On update.